Hey guys, welcome to Ken's Money Matters. Once again, we're back at Ken's Money Matters. We talk about the money mindset, how to make that money, how to enjoy that money, how to manage that money, how to invest that money, and how to assure yourself of a lifetime of income, basically financial freedom. So today I want to look at some of the things I wish I knew in my early 20s. Now, this is going to be a video to inform someone of what they need to do immediately so that they can be assured of a better life in the future. And I always tell people that the only way you want to have a good life is having freedom. It's not about having so much money. It's about having freedom of time, freedom of energy, and freedom to spend your time doing the things you love with the people you love. So for me, that's the goal I always work towards. I'm not just working towards having money, I'm working towards having that freedom. And at the moment, I still enjoy freedom quite considerably, but I still want to assure myself of that freedom even in the future. I want to look at some of the things that I wish I knew. And that's one of the most important things that I wish I knew is the fact that you need to focus on learning skills rather than trying to get degree certificates. I wish I knew this early enough, because now that I look my life and I've done a video on how the skills have helped me make my money, I've looked at my life and I've realized something very important, that everything that I've made in my life is as a result of the skills I learned and not the degrees I got. And I could have learned these skills without the degrees, but then though, my ability to speak, my ability to sell myself, my ability to, convince people, my ability to pursue opportunities will come from the fact that I have gone to school. So education is definitely good, and I'm a big proponent of going to school. But if I let that degree put me in a box, if I let those papers, the masters I have, the bachelors I have, and the PhD that I'm doing put me in a box, I wouldn't have been where I am financially. I would be sitting somewhere waiting for someone to give me an opportunity to help me get money. No, I have done things. I have done crazy stuff. I have done manual jobs. I have done, things that are completely out of my field. You guys know I've been a cabin crew in Kenya Airways, I've been a truck driver in my life in Europe. So I have done certain things that do not in any way relate to my degree. If you look at it in that sense, it means that the skills I have learned on the side have helped me financially succeed to where I am today. I wish I knew early enough to focus more on skills rather than degrees and certificates. So yes, I would have still gone to school, but I would have focused more on getting certain skills that would have helped me get cash and then use that cash to do other things that I'm also gonna speak about that I wish I knew. Number 2, I wish I knew that I was responsible for every single thing that happens in my life. I talk to so many people who feel that whatever happens in their life is not their responsibility. Everything that happens in your life is your responsibility. They say you can be born in poverty, but if you die poor, that is your fault, not your parents' fault. So you not being financially okay is your responsibility. If you are in debt, it's your responsibility to get out of debt. If you are facing financial difficulties, that is your responsibility to handle. So we have to take responsibility. We are responsible for wherever we are, whatever we're doing, whatever is happening in our lives. So that's a very important factor. And if you know it, you will never blame people. You will never be so keen on finding faults with the system, with the people, with the government. You will be keen on improving your situation and doing the things that you can do as a person. You will forget about the things that are out of your control and focus on the things that are within your control. So that's an extremely important point for me, because it makes you responsible. It makes you know what to do and what not to do. And it makes you be very acute with regards to what you want to achieve. The third thing that I wish I knew, investing early. If somebody told me at 18 to start investing, even though I started making money quite early, if someone had told me certain investment opportunities that are available and that the only advantage I had over everyone else was time, I would have invested more. I would have been more aggressive with regards to my investing. I would have been more aggressive with my strategy, because what you have on your side with regards to investment is time. A difference of 5 years in investing is a big difference when you look at that money in a number of years. The power of compounding only works when you have more time, not more money. Sometimes you may have a lot of money, but someone who does dollar cost averaging over a longer time period will make much more money in the market. So it means if you start late, you have to work harder, put in more money, and give it even longer time period. If I started like at 18, for example, investing in the international stock market, I would only have to invest a very small portion of my salary or whatever I was earning at the time. And as we speak, I wouldn't even have to be investing anything, and I would be making loads of money from the market, because the market has always done well. So if you think about it that way, I wish I knew that I could invest early. And you should start now. That's why you should start investing today. I'm not regretting anything. I'm on a journey to educate people to know about investing opportunities. Another thing that I wish I knew in my 20s is that money comes from creating value. If you're in a society, you have to create value for people to pay you. You can't just expect people to give you money. People will appreciate value. People will appreciate what you give them. People will appreciate when you provide something that is missing, that is lacking in their lives. And there are so many things that are lacking in our lives, and we would like people to help us with, because we are not complete without other people. So I wish somebody told me that it's not just about you going to school and getting these certificates. No, it's about you creating value in a society. It's about you filling a vacuum in a society. It's about you providing a certain product. It's about you making other people's lives better, and then they pay you for it. If you create value in a society, you will be rich. And you will be rich effortlessly, because you will be creating value doing something you probably love doing. So at 20s or early 20s, if someone told me that focus on the things you love doing, focus on the things you want to do. For example, I wanted to be a DJ in my early 20s, and I love music, I love dancing, I loved going out, to dance and listening to music. But this was beaten out of me, this was canned out of me, I can tell you for sure. If I was a DJ at that time and started investing and knew the things I've just spoken about, right now you can't compare it to someone who's doing a PhD. So it's a very interesting play here. You have to know that you need to create value for you to be paid. And when you're paid, you enjoy whatever you're doing. And after a long period of time, people will just be looking for you. You'll be booked. Another important thing I wish I knew is to invest in myself. I have learned one thing that we were not taught as Black people: invest in yourself. We fear investing in ourselves. So sometimes you go to someone and tell them, okay, I want to teach you about financial literacy. I'll do your financial planning. I'll come up with a financial game plan for you. And if you follow this path, you're sure to make money, or you're sure to get out of debt, or you're sure to know how to trade. But they fear investing in themselves. But these are the same people who will spend money on funny degrees. They will spend money in schools learning things that they will never ever use. But we were not taught to invest in ourselves, in our own skills, in our own knowing. For example, life coaching, for example, things like counseling, for example, things like fun, going out and just having fun, going to a restaurant and treating yourself. We've never been taught to think about us. We have just been taught to do things that the society will approve. Go to the university, get a degree, the society approves. Go and get a diploma, the society will approve. But if someone tells you, come, let me teach you how to manage your finances well, that one the society will not, that one the society doesn't know so much about, so it's just something on the sly. But investing in yourself actually have the highest rewards. Investing in your skills, investing in your own knowledge, investing in your persona, investing in knowing yourself, even just knowing yourself, is something you should appreciate. Investing in life coaching, for example, is something you should do any day, because it gives you a foundation on which every single thing is built. If you cannot invest in yourself, you need to talk to someone so that you are able to open up and start investing in yourself. Thank yourself, give gratitude to you, appreciate yourself, learn new things without feeling like you're wasting money. Invest in different things that the society may not know about, but you are happy about them. You enjoy them. I have invested in so many different things. This just make me happy. They're not about the certificates, not about the kind of, accolades, but they're for me. They're for understanding myself, for understanding my journey, for understanding finances, for understanding the world. So learn to invest in yourself as early as possible. That way you will grow, and I can tell you for sure, you will always make money out of those values that you learn. Another thing I wished I knew, and this is something I wish I'm just telling but I did it, is traveling. Traveling opens your mind. If you want financial success, if you want any kind of success in this life, if you want any kind of success, you do need to travel. Traveling exposes you to the world. It exposes you to different cultures. It exposes you to different people. I did travel from a very young age, so this is one of the things I did, honestly, and I give gratitude to the world for that. I give gratitude to the universe for that. I was a flight attendant at very early age, so I managed to travel. Even before that, I was traveling. Traveling helps you see the world in a different perspective. You see opportunities in a different way. You come out here and see what we're doing, and therefore you see that life is not about certain things that we think they are about when we are growing up. Because when you're enclosed to a particular environment, you see life using that one lens. Your life is basically looked at from a single lens. You want to have different lenses to look at life, different perspectives, different angles, because all of us are different. There's diversity in the world. And through that diversity, or from that diversity, there comes opportunities and there comes growth for you as a person. Through experiencing other things, you get to worry less about certain things. You don't take life too seriously anymore, because you realize, the world is just too enormous, just too big. Things like relationships that are stressing you, realize, you know what, it doesn't have to stress you, because this world, there are lots of people, lots of opportunities for me. Things like jobs that stress you, you can leave them, because you know what, the world is full of opportunities. The world is big. Traveling the world changes your perspective. You look at things completely differently. Every single thing in your life becomes different. So I'm telling a young person in their 20s right now, start traveling as soon as possible. If you have the opportunity to travel, travel. And travel doesn't mean you take an airplane and fly out of the country. Traveling, it just means getting out of your environment, out of your comfort zone. It teaches you to leave your comfort zone and do things that are uncomfortable. It teaches you to leave the knowing and get to the unknowing. It teaches you to get to environments that you don't really understand, and therefore you have to conquer certain fears. So traveling helps in so many ways psychologically that people do not understand. So if I were you, I would start traveling today. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Traveling is very cheap if you decide to travel. And if you commit time and energy, you will always make the money for it, because money is something you can make. Another thing that I wish I did learn early enough, even though I did learn it, is that everything is a trade-off. Don't always look at certain things as you're the one who wants to get value out of it. Don't be selfish to think that every single thing you want to do, you want to get value, but you don't want to give value. Everything is a trade-off. People don't give things for free. People provide certain value. People provide certain things for them to get paid. So if, for example, you're going to invest, you want to invest in a company that is charging you certain amount of fee, even though it's not high fee, but you want to know, how is this company getting their money? And this is very important, because a lot of people lose money in very dodgy things and very funny schemes. And I always tell them, how do you think these people are making their money? How would I just come to you and tell you, I want to double your money, or I want to triple your money in 2-3 days? It doesn't make sense. It's not realistic. My question to you would be, what's your benefit? What are you getting out of it? It's exchange of values. So I wish I learned early enough that every single thing I was looking at, I need to question, what benefit do I give to the other person? It's not about me taking, being an energy vampire. We call them energy vampires, whereby you are always taking from people, but not giving. You want to take. You want to hoard, but don't want to give. So most of the time I tell people, if you want to get something out of the world, you have to give something to the world. That's how it works. So if you sit in your own cocoon and think that, oh, everything is going to go your way, and you don't want to give anything, but you want to take, it's not going to work for you. One day it's going to get so bad, and that's why people lose money, because you're even looking for investment opportunities that you're not going to spend any money on, that you're not going to invest anything on. It doesn't happen like that. Life is about giving and receiving. And then another skill is being grateful. Most of us have not been taught to be grateful to ourselves. We do a lot of work, we do a lot of things, but we do not see anything to be grateful for. We only see negative things. Learn to be grateful. When you learn to be grateful, you learn to identify positives in your life. When you learn to identify those positives in your life, you learn to be a good person, and you learn to give back to the society. When you learn to give back, you always receive. So learn to be a grateful person, not only to the society or the people around you, but to yourself too. Gratitude opens many doors. Gratitude opens your heart to many things. Gratitude helps you see the world in a completely different lens too. It makes people be easy to offer you help. It makes people be easy to offer you assistance when you need it. So giving gratitude is a way of telling the universe, I appreciate that I'm here. I appreciate what I've done. I appreciate the journey that I've made. I appreciate the experiences that I have had. It's very important to always give gratitude to yourself and to the people around you. Find something to be grateful for every single day. Find something to make you smile every single day. Find something that will make you happy, that you will say, this is a blessing in my life every single day. And if you don't, then it means you're not living according to your values, and you need to reconsider the values that you're living according to them. Finally, don't listen to people who tell you that your dream is too big. Don't listen to people who will always discourage you from pursuing whatever you want. And this is because I speak about finances, I speak about financial literacy, investing, and being millionaires and stuff. I want you to chase the goal that you want. It's not about being a millionaire, it's about financial freedom. I wish I knew that I wasn't chasing money, I was chasing freedom. I was chasing freedom of my time and freedom to do whatever I want, when I want it, and with the people I want to do it with. So I always tell young people that whatever you're chasing, don't chase money, just look for freedom. Provide value, get paid, invest the money, and let that money buy you freedom of your time so that you can do the things that you love. So if someone just told me this at early age, I wouldn't have been very busy looking for careers that pays so much money. No, I would have been so focused on learning skills that could actually bring me in cash, invest that money, and focus on finding my freedom. And then later I can do all those degrees that I may want to do. So again, like I say, always don't chase money, chase freedom and chase independence. Thank you guys. These are some of the things I wish I knew in my 20s. And if you do these things now, if you focus on these things now, and you focus on financial literacy, which is part of investing in yourself, you surely going to make money. It doesn't matter. It depends on your objective, depends on your investing objectives. Not everyone wants to be a millionaire. Not everyone wants to be a billionaire. Not everyone wants to have lots of money. Some just want freedom. Some also just want to work. But whatever it is, make sure it makes you happy. Make sure you get value out of it, and make sure it fulfills you. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about this video. And until next time, guys, see you.